So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kat Secor. My full name is actually Catherine, and my last name is originally pronounced Secor. But I took creative liberty with my last name when I got the nickname Kat and changed it to Secor on my own, which to my parents' humor, they laugh at me every time I say it. They hear me say it, oh, Secor? Secor, really, Secor? I'm an IFBB Pro professional bodybuilder. I achieved that last year, 2015, and then went on to compete twice as a pro, missing an Olympia qualification by 1 point. So I have a second place finish as a pro. Whoop. And Olympia is in my future at some point, maybe 2018, maybe 2019, but I am looking for that in the future. I am also a fitness and health coach. I've partnered up with my mother, Dr. Mimi Secor. She's a nurse practitioner, and we together have created a year-long program that that we help nurse practitioners become more healthy, fit, less stressed, and be better role models for their patients. My mom's a nurse practitioner, just very passionate about helping her peers give the best care they can and also live healthier and happier lives. That's my current endeavor. I am former owner of Exotic Tan, which is in Cerritos, California. I owned that for 9 years, and I sold it last year to now move on into this new business venture of health and fitness. So that's a little bit about me. Now, a question. Did you have a question? No. I got it. I'm gonna just tap it with my phone. You don't have to do anything. You sit back and relax. So a question for all of you. I'm gonna make Brad answer this. Why are you here tonight? Anyone want to answer? Otherwise, Brad's going. Answer. So why are you here tonight? Why is everyone gathering tonight? Oh, thanks, Brad. So think about that. You know, what is your purpose being here? And you don't have to answer, kind of just think about that. What do you hope to gain out of coming to networking events, coming to a speaker series, meeting other people in your community, other entrepreneurs, other people on that same mission as you? So why I am here today is I am interested in sharing my journey with you and hoping to motivate, inspire, connect with each of you, and then we can support each other moving forward, whether it's sharing knowledge, it might be giving advice, it might be coming to your events and making sure those events are successful. So that's my goal with today. Now, what's one word that you might use to describe an entrepreneur or their characteristics? Sir?
No sleep.
No sleep, all right.
Risk-taker.
Risk-taking, love that one.
Ambition.
Ambition. I know you guys are waiting to tell me an answer.
Channeling your dreams.
Channeling your dreams.
Challenge.
Challenge, always up for a challenge. Would you like to?
Free spirit.
Free spirit.
Drive.
Drive and motivation.
Crazy energetic.
Crazy energetic. A lot of money, right? Who said that? Yep, a lot of money. So there's so many words to describe an entrepreneur, and I'm positive that you can relate to some or all of these if you are an entrepreneur. Yeah, ambition. Now, how old were you, or what was the first entrepreneurial venture you remember?
5th grade, I was a DJ.
What was your, did you have a mixtape that you loved?
Scratching back in the day.
Okay.
And everybody went to parties at the 5th grade.
Did you make mixtapes and sell them?
I did. They'd sell them, but everybody wanted me to be around. So I hired a team, carry my equipment for me, my parents to take me, and then party to party.
Awesome. Anyone else? Yep.
4th grade, cut grass.
Nice. Did you have a lot of clients?
No, like 4.
Did you ever involve your parents in helping you finish the jobs? No, that's good.
Didn't have a lawnmower.
Oh,
Scissors.
that must have taken a long time. That's why you didn't have very many clients. Okay, Brad?
I used to sell pogs at school.
Pogs, the little popping things?
Yeah, it's like a thing in the 90s.
I grew up in the 60s. She cut grass, I sold grass.
Excellent, very entrepreneurial. Not kidding. So all of you entrepreneurs can relate, and it didn't just happen in your adult life. It happened, you have these memories as a child growing up, whether it was cutting grass, it was, mixing tapes, it was selling grass. So for me, a little bit about myself is I was born in Massachusetts, And then when I was 4 years old, this is the story. When I was 4 years old, my mom was looking at the back of a medical journal. She saw an ad for a family nurse practitioner position in Bethel, Alaska, a little teeny town 500 miles west of Anchorage. You could only get there by a boat or a plane. And somehow my dad was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, it's an adventure. Let's just pick up our lives and move. So I was brought up to Alaska to roam free. And, I started getting involved with bake sales. I remember one year I was really interested in making jewelry, and we would sell it at these big festivals, these Eskimo kind of big festival things that were going on. We also had a program called Clean Up Green Up. Oh, Brad. Clean Up Green Up, where you got these green trash bags from the community center, and every trash bag that you filled up with trash, you'd get a raffle ticket. And at the end of the spring, you'd go in and they'd have these raffles, and me and my parents pushed me towards being successful with whatever I committed myself to doing. So we would have hundreds of raffle tickets, like just getting all sorts of prizes. Winning so many prizes, you had to give them away so you didn't look spoiled, right? So from an early age, I was finding these entrepreneurial characteristics and interest in working for myself, putting in effort, and then getting the result that what I put in, I got out of it. Now, when I moved back to Massachusetts at the age of 11, we moved to a horse property, and I got really involved in horseback riding. I then went on to, started dreaming, and all of a sudden I'm gonna open up a huge, boarding facility and lease stalls and become a professional dressage rider and then go to the Olympics. Whatever it was that I was passionate about, I didn't think small. It was always a huge scale. Now, when I moved to this horse property, it just so happened to be next door to a paintball field. And I started working there at the concession stand in the summers. I was the hot dog girl. I sold everybody their hot dogs. And it took me 3 years to have any interest of going out onto a field and playing paintball. It was too scary. It was for the guys. Have any of you played paintball? Did it hurt? Did you love it? Yep. The pain didn't matter. So I went out there and I played one time. Within 6 months, I had all my own equipment, and I was hell-bent on becoming a professional and making a career out of it. So 6 months, 0 to 100 real quick. And that's what actually brought me out to California. 6 months after picking up a paintball gun for the first time, I decided I was going to be the best I could be. I came to California right after Christmas and tried out for an all-female team. And they said, you made it, but you have to move to California. So I came back home, didn't tell my parents any of this. I told them I went to California, obviously. But I figured out where I was going to live, how I was going to pay my bills, how I was going to graduate with my current high school class, how I was going to get my car out there. I covered all my bases and presented it to them, very well thought out. They couldn't say no. It was very convincing. So I was 16 years old. I drove my car cross country with my father and moved to California and started a career in paintball. From that, all these other, it's this, I think with anything in our lives, we have to be open to one door closing and another door opening, open to the possibilities. We aren't even aware that are out there, but if we're open to new experiences and new things, all of a sudden we find ourselves with a new passion, with a new interest. And that's what happened with Exotic Tan. I lived in Cerritos, right around the corner from where I lived, a tanning salon opened. And I started tanning there. It was probably 2 months. I just noticed I had no experience in owning a tanning salon or even interest in owning a tanning salon. And this gentleman, I remember, I thought he was such a meathead. He was kind of big. And he didn't keep track of anything. It was all just, cash. He didn't sell a lot of products. I tanned for 2 months and he didn't even ask me to pay for the second month. So I just started noticing all these business practices. Obviously, that's why he's not making money. And I walked in one day and he said, hey, do you know how to use Craigslist? I said, yeah, why? He's like, oh, I'm going to sell my business. I'm going to put it on Craigslist. Instantly, in that moment, the gears started turning. I went home and started doing my little plotting, scheming thing. Started Googling everything I need to know, like how to get a business license. What do I need to do for a resale license? What's owning a tanning salon entail? And I came to my parents and I said, hey, here's an awesome investment opportunity and here's why. And these amazing people that are my parents. They supported me even though in reality I had no experience of what I was doing. I just knew that anything I set my mind to doing, I was going to make successful one way or another. If I didn't have the resources, I would find them. If I didn't have the knowledge, I would seek it out. And I'm positive each of you can probably relate to that in some way. Am I right? That's how I got into exotic tan. Now from there, bodybuilding was kind of compounded from paintball. It used to upset me to no end that the men could run, we were just talking about this, the men could run faster, they could sprint farther, they could hold their paintball guns up without their arms getting tired. Their legs were never tired. Meanwhile, I'm like 2 points in, I'm like dying, I'm like sore, things are hurting. And so I started getting into fitness and meeting all these people in fitness. I saw these amazing bodies and they're telling me, oh, I have to leave and eat my meal, it's in the car. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, eat your meal? Why do you have food in the car? I hope it's refrigerated, like you're gonna get salmonella or something. And it just started making me very curious. I never knew what a training split was, splitting up my workouts. I just went into the gym and did upper body or lower body. I just didn't really have a plan. So again, you see someone doing something you're not doing, you see the results they're getting, and it makes you curious about what you're capable of. Can I do what they're doing? Can I do what they're doing better than what they're doing? That's how I got interested in bodybuilding. I did 2 competitions in bikini. I think I placed dead last in my first one and second to last in my second one, but I was hooked. It didn't matter that I came in last place. It was the thrill. It was building your body. The hard work you put in was directly resulted in, you know, kind of what you got out of it, even though I got last place, but it still was an amazing process. And fitness is something that we can all apply to our entrepreneurial lives and that I firmly believe will make our careers and our businesses even more successful. In business, what do you need? What are things that you definitely need? You need focus, you need discipline, you need energy, you need structure, and you build momentum in business off of small wins. Every day that you go to the gym, you have instant momentum throughout that day. You just created a win in that 1 hour of the day. Then you can move into your business life already on a high. I just, had a big accomplishment going into the gym, getting my workout done. So what else am I capable of throughout the day? So I believe there's a lot of things that we can learn from fitness and bodybuilding and directly apply into our business and career lives and make us more well-rounded and healthier, happier, right? Healthier, happier, and live longer. Now, the mentality of an entrepreneur, the all-in mentality. John Asseroff has this amazing quote that's resonated with me for quite a while, and he says, are you committed or are you interested? Because if you are committed, you will do whatever it takes. But if you are just interested, you will only do what is convenient, right? And I think that determines our success. Because if we're many times in fitness, if you are just interested in being fit, you're gonna make excuses why we don't have time to go to the gym, why we don't, prioritize ourselves first, this or that. But when you're committed, you will make time. You will put it in your schedule. You will schedule that time with yourself as a priority. Now, entrepreneurship has taught me so many things, but I think the biggest thing that it just on a consistent basis reminds me of is that I'm capable of anything I set my mind to. I am able to network with the people that I know and most likely I learned how to use Keynote today, like to control this slideshow. Thank you, Brad and Shinman. I didn't know about that, but that one little thing can make a really big difference when maybe I move forward and do more public speaking. And now I have a new skill. So we never know what our peers can share with us to help elevate us. And I think that's what's so important about events like this and reaching out to our neighbors, to our fellow chamber members, to just our friends, and having discussions that maybe aren't like, oh, what's the coolest new outfit I have? Or what's the cool this and that? Having deep conversations. What did you learn this week? What books did you read this week? What are you doing in your business? What's working? What's not? Like having conversations that you can learn from each other and build yourselves and each other up. So the Secor Initiative is what I kind of talked about in the beginning. My mom and I partnered up to create this year-long program that helps nurse practitioners get more fit, healthy, less stressed, and makes them better role models for their patients. So it's a year-long like online coaching program. Yeah, it's going really well. We have 17 students now, and we're 6 months into our first year. Yeah, pretty neat.
Some of the most unhealthy people I've ever met.
I know, it's scary, right?
Yeah.
And
They just work nonstop, so they don't take care of themselves.
yeah, they don't allow themselves to take the time.
Yeah,
They're putting everyone
they
else.
never take care of
Do you have a nurse in your life?
I was a personal trainer before, so
Okay.
I had a lot of nurse clients.
And nurse clients. Oh, that's good they were coming to you, though. Good they were coming to you. So kind of to wrap things up, entrepreneurs, you can all agree, are a unique breed, like a thoroughbred, right? So we all have these special characteristics that allow us to move into any phase in our life and develop and create and be imaginative and do something that really fulfills us. Now, like I said in the beginning, my purpose today was to just share, meet each of you, maybe motivate you, maybe inspire you, hopefully make you intrigued and want to ask some questions. But truly, it's coming together. That's the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce. That's the purpose of networking events. So I have to just give you guys like a round of, I would hope you give each other a round of applause right now for coming out to this event tonight and for participating, for asking questions, and, just wanting to be involved, because I think that's really amazing. So the final thought. I've been giving you clues this whole presentation on my final thought. What is one of the most important tools for an entrepreneur? Anyone want to guess? Brad? Yes, but no. Say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go.
Patience. Being fit.
Good one. You.
Waking up smiling every morning, happy to be awake.
These are all so amazing. Gratitude. But what's one thing and tool? I'm just going to go to the next slide and let you all know what it is. It's community. Learning from each other's mistakes, sharing knowledge, right? You can, learning new business skills or tricks of the trade, referring business to one another. So when I owned my tanning salon, I was constantly working with Brad, whether it was the Largest Loser transformations, any of his programs, giving spray tans to his contestants. All those photos are on social media, and those people then refer their friends to me. So it was mutually beneficial. And supporting one another. Oftentimes, as an entrepreneur, we feel maybe insecure about our capabilities. I was in that position a lot with my salon since I didn't have prior business experience. I was scared to reach out to other people and expose my weaknesses. Like, oh, I'm not doing this right, I know, but I don't know how to do it any other way. But if we can reach out and be vulnerable to our peers who may be doing it better, often they'll share with us. They'll help us, develop our systems and get a better way of doing it. Maybe they know someone who owns a tanning salon in another state and won't feel like threatened to share information. So I think it's just so important to embrace community, join your Rotary Club, woo woo. No, I'm just little shout out. Chamber of Commerce. I think it's so important what Brad is doing, getting more on social media, not drinking beer. I said that right as he's sipping his beer. It's so important what Brad is doing. And just getting involved and not isolating ourselves and really just sharing our journeys with each other. So that's my final thought, community. One of the most important tools for an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How did I do? All right, so one more final thought. This was my first public presentation. Yeah. So I felt a little nervous because I wasn't sure how to prepare for it. So thank you guys so much for making this easy.